Hi everybody, it's Z from the Quest again, and this was another kind of fun rescue. Um, this was planned on Father's Day, but we had some money getting in some of the donations that we were expecting, and so it kind of drug out. And we usually do a Father's Day, and we also do a 4th of July one. So this is a combination Father's Day and 4th of July rescue, and it's 2019, and it's July. So here we go. Uh, we had a rescue that we had been watching for a while, but with no money, I took to the streets and held up my cardboard sign, uh, and it was begging for money. And after being harassed by the police for panhandling, I came up a little short. An ambassador had arranged more funds, uh, but it went through Facebook, of course, and hard to know when we'll ever receive it. So our rescue was on hold. We continued to watch and keep track of the schedules and the neighborhood. Then out of the blue, we got a donation that gave us what we needed. The team and all the current info at hand, we were just waiting so that we were, wow, my writing really sucks here. But we had been kind of waiting because in this situation, when we wanted to do the rescue, when we thought we was going to be able to do the rescue, there had been rains, but it hadn't been that bad. And anybody that's been over in Asia during the rainy season knows that it can get pretty bad. And the place that we were working at, that we were going to take rescue the kids at, had our escape routes had to go up the hill, up the mountain, and by doing so, we were going to be running into mud. And you can imagine if we get stuck or if we couldn't make it up and those sort of things. So once we did have the money, we were still facing that same issue. We had been planning on creating a road, so to speak, so that we could get them out. But the money came in and the rains, it was kind of interesting. I'll get to it here. Anyways, we had all the current info. And like I said, we weren't going to be able to get up the roads. Then another friend reached out to us and advised we could use their place however long we needed it, and it was a very secure location. Of course, we checked it out and we knew that it was, and everything was verified. Now it was just setting up the logistics to rescue these kids. Then another situation came up. It came in from the spotters, and a couple of people on the ground. It seems the kids had been all rented out. All 9 kids had been rented out to a party. Normally, this would not be a good thing, right? But in our case, we were there, we were ready, and we were just looking for an opportunity. And sure enough, there it was. Because when they move these kids, what they'll do is they'll gather them up. And now these kids, mind you, really, really, really young. And, like 5 years old, 4 years old, 6 years old was the main. They were rented out by foreigners that had a lot of money, of course, and this is kind of a regular thing. And these foreigners would be stayed up in a hotel. Everybody's in cooperation with them because they had the money, right? And so everybody sort of turns the head. And so anyways, they were going to go to a party, and they would have to transport them to this hotel. And so we knew a lot of things about this. I don't always tell you everything that we know, but normally a brothel doesn't allow this unless they know the customer. So obviously they knew who this customer was, and so they would transport the kids, which would, with the rain, nobody really notices anything that's going on. They would do this even in good weather, but for our purposes, this is ideal because it was dark. It was even though it was during the day and it was raining, and so we could get away with a whole lot more doing a raid on the caravan rather than in the brothel itself. And then now having a place to take them where we can hold them up and keep them safe for maybe a few days, whatever it may take, before we could get them clear out. And also by having that delay, it would allow us more time to figure out where to take them and wouldn't have to be in a hurry. So anyways, this was going to be a very close safe house, and uh, a lot of the traveling and finding shadows and all would be eliminated. So anyway, um, we had the time and location and where they were going. The commander on the ground was already planning where to make it happen. During this time, um, the team was already organizing and setting up assignments for the volunteers to spot for us on the escape routes. It would be, like I said, it would be a daytime raid with heavy rains, and we would just blend into the chaos. If not, there wouldn't be much anyone could do about anything. So, in short time, the commander called me back, and we went over the mission. She had it all worked out. It was very difficult for me to see anything with the weather, so I had to put my trust entirely into the team and stay in touch with them until they reached the temporary safe house where the owner was, and take them in. It was very swift, and there was only 2 guards that were left. We left them sleeping in a couple shops nearby and in the alleyway, and we left our cards on them so that when they woke up, they would know who and how to right this wrong. I was seeing if I had a card here. I hope you can see that. Put it down here in the light a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. Oops, I was upside down. There we go. Anyways, we leave these cards on the bodies, so when they wake up, they have a message. And let's see, where were we? All the girls were a little scared, but were so weak. We managed them well. We liberated the transports the guards were using, and that would make our travel a little bit easier. Of course, we would have to dispose of the transports once we had the girls to safety. The girls were safe and in okay condition, considering, and we just need some time to recover. Seems 6-year-olds are very popular here, and most of the kids were from Vietnam because of their lighter skin. The lighter skin is more popular with the foreigners. This was a good rescue with the temporary safe house being so close. They ended up spending 3 days there. Finally, we were able to get them over the mountains as the rain had let up, allowing us to move them safely. First, we took them to another safe house, mainly to give them rest and make sure we had no shadows. Once we felt good, they were taken to their new home, and there they would begin their new life. Safe, happy, healthy, and they would start school. And over in Asia, they all love to go to school. Anyway, we had a previous total of 1,590. So obviously now our new total at this point is 1,599. So hope you enjoyed it. Stay with us. Of course, there will be a lot more to come. Anyways, thank you all. Bless you.